Hey guys, Matt with Bam Ranch, and today I want to talk about home security systems, specifically some security cameras. But today I want to talk to you about one that's a little bit different, made by Reolink. Let's go over this thing and see what there is to learn about it. Now, syncing these things up, from me talking to the camera and the camera actually chasing me around the yard, is going to be a little bit difficult. But as you can see, it follows me around, it zooms in, it does all the things that you wish the normal cameras would. So that's one really nice thing about this. And if I take and follow it up to my porch, you'll watch, this thing actually follows me all the way up here. It pans and tilts and does everything that's needed, right up to the point where it'll even follow me all the way up to the door to find an Amazon package that was left. Okay, right off the bat, I want to say we love this camera, but let's get the negatives out of the way immediately before we get too far into the video. First negative, to set this thing up, you have to point a QR code at the lens of the camera. We tried a ton. You can't do it. It won't read it. We did not get it to scan the QR code a single time. So what you have to do to set it up, if it doesn't read that, just take an Ethernet cable and plug it into your router. And that does it manually, and it lets you set everything up. Second downside is, man, the thing's ugly. That's not something that bothers me so much, but it does bother my wife. But, that's really, you're grasping at something to be complaining about that. And I guess the last thing I would complain about is I really wish it came with either an internal memory or an SD card. All of the information is stored on the SD card. It's not like a subscription service that you've got with all these other companies and stuff like that. It's stored on an SD card like you use in your camera. And I wish it came with some internal memory, because we got this thing, we're putting it up, and then, oh crap, we got to go buy a memory card. Those are the only complaints I have about it. Now let's get to the other things that we actually kind of really like. So really what it is it's the Reolink TrackMix WiFi. And it does a few different things that kind of set it apart from the others. The biggest thing is whenever there's motion, whether it be an animal, a person, a car, or Bigfoot, or whatever it is, it will actually pan and tilt and chase that thing around my yard, whatever the object is, and zoom in on it and follow it back and forth. It'll follow the UPS man from the driveway or from the road up the driveway as he gets out of the truck, walks up to the house, and I'll kind of insert some video of all of this stuff. And that's one thing that we didn't currently have. We had the wide angle stuff, but you get that and it's really hard to see. It saves the images a pretty high quality. It says 4K. I haven't tested that to see if it's 4K, but it saves them all to a memory card, like what you'd use in a camera, just a standard SD card. The app is just about like all the others. We've had cameras from Ring and Blink and the ones from Harbor Freight. We've had a bunch, and the apps are just about as user-friendly on all of them, so I don't have any issues with that. The one thing that I absolutely love about this one, though, is it's actually a good quality camera. It's become our favorite one, and we're probably going to buy some more of them. But you don't have to have a freaking subscription to use the stupid thing. And it irritates the crap out of me that you have to have a different subscription for all these freaking products that you have. So, like I said, we kind of like it. I'm going to insert some stuff of the things it'll do, like time lapses and stuff like that. But being able to keep an eye on the things that are going on your property is really pretty important. And not only should you have, something like this, but we've also got doorbell cameras and motion light cameras, and all of those are necessary. So whatever you choose, having some way to observe and record all of the stuff going on around your house is pretty important. There's no telling how many times, even before we had this particular camera, that the dogs have got out because the fence blew down or we left a gate open or something like that. And we got a notification on the camera and saw the dog out there walking around the yard or something. It's nice to know, if somebody comes by to visit. It's a doorbell that happens before the doorbell rings. We get the notification on our phone. That's with all of these, and of course the Reolink does that as well. They do have a couple different models that I'd like to get my hands on and try. One of them is a vandalism resistant one. I don't really have a need for that, but it does sound really cool. I want to try their doorbell camera too. The one that we run currently is from Ring, and while it works, we think there's room for it to work better. Not that it is done poorly, but I think there's room for it to work better. And it would be nice to be able to replace our motion light and our doorbell with something that we don't have to pay a monthly subscription for, because that sucks. Being able to just download the files as you need them. It fills up the memory card and it just starts overriding from the beginning. So if there's something you need to pull off there, you can save it. And if you change your debit card and forget to update your information through the company, you don't lose all your data, which is what happens with Ring and all those others. Pick your company. So that's the biggest appeal to me on this one, was the fact that I didn't have to have a subscription for it. But anyway, we're going to keep using this thing, and I'll post a long-term update on it. We really like it. I got some good video of mowing the yard, just some other stuff that y'all have been seeing as I'm rolling in here just with the B-roll. But we're actually pretty impressed with this thing, and it's one of the cool things about having a YouTube channel is every now and then you get a product in the mail that's actually kind of cool. You get a lot of junk, and the junk stuff y'all normally don't see, but we actually kind of like this one. So I'll post a link if you want to purchase this thing. But yeah, long story short, we like it pretty well.